of the Central Business District, you will know that the traders here are not just your ordinary traders. They are people who control multi-million cities, shops, multi-million dollar shop in the Central Business District. So they tell me that that is the kind of mindset, because they normally take critical decisions for their businesses. That is the mindset that they will be going into the 2024 elections with. They say that they will vote based on issues. They will not be influenced by party colorations. They will not be influenced by politicians who sweet talk them and act less. They say they will not be influenced by the rice, the sugar, and the peanuts that the politicians normally hand over to them when it's getting to elections. So I have a number of them here. We'll be having a conversation with them. But also, if you are a regular patron of the Central Business District, you would realize that there is a host of banks. There are a host of banks here. In fact, the Bank of Ghana has its headquarters in the Central Business District of Accra. All of these setups, offices that are in the Central Business District are not here just for being here sake. They are here for a reason, obviously, because of the kind of business that goes on here. So I have former workers who also have their offices here at the Central Business District. They've also joined us. We'll be having a conversation. And just as my colleague Abena said, we're doing this together. Let me start with you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Theophilus Amwa.
Theophilus, what would inform your decision, or what would influence your decision to vote in the December elections?
Okay, so thank you very much. For me, growing up as a youth in Ghana, so far the successive government and then the former government haven't met my expectations yet. Honestly, when you take issues of sanitation, that's my background. Let me start from there. When you take issues of sanitation, you come to the central of Ghana, which is Accra. As at 9 a.m., you see traffic, thinking that maybe there's a truck which is being causing the traffic, but you realize that you go and then there are huge sums of waste left. It can be 2 days, 3 days, and then this waste is causing traffic. Meanwhile, the government has contracted people, institutions to be dealing with sanitations in Accra, and then they neglect it. The government too, or the various stakeholders who are responsible to be checking all those things do not give an ear to it. So you see that we have sanitation issue. When you take the Odona and then also other areas in Accra, you realize that we have issues almost every now and then. We have issues of malaria, cholera, and other diseases which are killing the ordinary Ghanaian because we don't have money to go to the better health facilities. So therefore, we leave our sanitation abysmal, just like that. That is one. And then also when it comes to the unemployment rate, which is very high in the country, we say that the youth, the politicians have made it in a way that our mothers and then our uncles and then our fathers think that we the youth, we are very lazy, and then also we want quick way to make money. Let me take for example this fraud and then scamming that the youth, most of the youth are now doing. If you think about, if you have have in an encounter with one or two of them, you realize that it is not just about sitting down, going to a malam to get something to do one or two things. Even some of them do not go to these malams. They sit back, they sit behind their computers, do in-depth reasoning. In there, sometimes they have to do hacking and all those things. Even convincing somebody to send you money is not an easy task, which is an intellectual property that I think that if the youth is given an opportunity to work so hard, they will do and then do best. But there are no opportunities. You go to our various universities, and then most of them now it's like the school is for fun. So you go to school, we do all sort of things, you complete, and then there's nothing for you to do. You are just left like that. Meanwhile, you've learned so much in you. There's so much in you that has to come out. But you need one or two things. You need a leader who would give you that opportunity to exhibit your intellectual property. But you realize that most of our leaders, they are not so much concerned about the next generation. They are concerned about now and then themselves. And then also, what Ghanaians do we expect? Ghanaians do not expect so much. When you take the Abraham Maslow story, for example, we need basic needs: good health, shelter, food, transportation, telecom. That is what we need. So why don't our leaders provide these basic needs for Ghanaians to ease things? But what do? They do not. They just leave us like that. Then you just have to find your way as a young person in Ghana to be what? To be successful. So for me, I think that there is more to just this election. All of us should be inclusive, from the youth to the elderly. We should be inclusive and then work so hard to make the so that the effort of our great grandfathers wouldn't be in vain. Because look, even as I'm here, I want to even travel. Why should I travel?
Of course. So definitely those are the issues that will inform your vote come December. Let me pick your thoughts. What's your name?
Joseph Ofori.
Joseph, what will influence your vote come December?
Okay, greetings to your viewers. I'm expecting the government to do more infrastructure on the education system, because there are so much complaints about the education. And also I'll talk about job. They should also create jobs for the youth so that the unemployed should be less. Thank you.
So you heard there, Joseph. He says that he wants more educational infrastructure. Definitely there are a lot more people who think that there's a lot that needs to be done before they will be convinced to vote for any party that puts itself for elections. We are still here at the Central Business District. My colleague Abena is standing by, who will also be interacting with a few of them. What are the aspirations of the people? What are their desires? What are their expectations? Abena, let's hear from your side.
Yes, I have a chrome see about the year Jumania Pescadia Quaco Fie and Swa. Among some of the others say, Ye Bacroma, Yantradia. Yabetina and Yamausa, that the Abaca Crebe, the Faka could do fear. Not as I did, the Babachan and I was yes, I do know, and the economy so on Mampeni as Retta or Monchamaye. And I feel so a year dollar and semi. Sicano was from my Yabas. Omoba sheno maiden o mama dollar na ba from sene be ya niema ebeba krom ne obia etumi atobi na yetumi atena fefefe se amanyo for ewo Ghana
enti sanioma ne sese no be ma otumi esigina ye sa obeto
eno de be ma mesigina ye pa me kokro moti be tim amani pa obeba so
me da se minu be ma ba ko ha me ne no emo nkobo na me wi ma ba oba nche be me na be me na ye mo aten.
Yeah, no.
I feel we are back to a fedian. I was shedding more than a bet say. When we are me who into the Metroaba.
Oh, I feel the man is about the main Tuaba. Mr. Matu NDs are to MPP. Oh, we know me a pet. Edmund, my who is cooking your Jumaya. Me, I'm a chiriba, me a last born. The last one, you SS bear 3 years me, or pay Ami Mwako. You see him 15,000. That's an agent. I didn't hear. Or call me up a 7 on my no, yeah, Jenny Bly. He sent the price to me as 15,000 man or come in the bad. It's probably not obey. Also, waiting for bribe, Uko soldier bribe, Uko police are bribe, Uko fires are bribe. Or man, I say, it's a my who for so be a what about whom I buy a fee as I bribe in the bio, and this time, everything about to at what a million will be a film. The mama is about the mean to a PM, some number pay. On my promises, baby, on my bar, on my feeling.
Now, 15,000 I work and when I saw Jesus Cano.
Oh, yeah, sir. Yet of our forms fairly in the who penny bio area also protocol. Nasco Mujini, minimum conform 18,000 or manco, immigration manco. Minimum conform 18,000 each. Or no, Biscanakim. I didn't say so from Mamma. And so come for Roma to go to Militin with every Air Force. That ain't yet some mamma cost and pay for nobody. There goes no minimum, so my so money. Grab any boss or my modo. Bible do so. Enu tem se me to aba no. So me no mo ye pe.
Mate, mama na say na ye to aso ye beba mama ye beba bra na ye monitor o bra wan so wo kasa bebre aisa ye beba ho wo ha ne say e dey asem
me I want to say me pa ma cho bebre me mpanimfo amudi anim se se ye wo kire ne dey na mo pese mo ka kire ye yanti ne ma bi ase one yankwa ne etua tax wo man yi mu enipa ye etua tax dos wo man yi mu pa ana bola so wo kurom Edia na mo de bese sabola ye tax na mo de bese sabola maye amako ni maye neat enkra krom bola wa ha too much one alimi omo moto alimi omo ntia tax ni jefo ya be omo so anyema nyina omo ntia tax eso afibia dura enema na omo fa na omo tum se ye 20 Ghana afidura esa so wato patrol mu nti omo so de 5-6 no mo de atum bibi se me man panin se me srom bebre se Ada no mun chia tax to mo ya wo na maba kuro mi ntimi mfiri mi kuro mo Ghana ha me ya 100% me ya Ghana ni ba me ntimi mfiri yanko bi ma me chia tax because mi suro me anti e be chime na so ni je fu egu kuro mo a awo be egu kuro mo a obi antia tax me bi se me man pene ni me pene for say ti se si de na de be siesie o man Ghana on be jiska na no de ko mu kuro mo o ma be gu o mu sese ska se ya bre o mu hye ya so dodo awo ba kuro mu hye ya so yenya tam omo tete ye omo mo seseska omo ntuma mo jonso omo niema na efa my Ghana so saa enti ahome be ne ye mo ye betimi ate no manim no mo so timi aba ye ho ban de tosu mienu amu nya me kase ene se aban bia ba fitiko 4 peso o change meter aban bia ba no change meter aban bia ba no ma change meter de omo ye na kedu ba bia ye te ase se ye nti ase e de kire se wo se meter no se ye gia ye ya kasa ye esa ye nto ya de Ubana wa anto na beda sum se kofo ba ye odi bi ba ye atame asase sa se mpase me ka che mita no se mita bi amode ben anu odi dodo e na omo to se wutu wu ba bi edi mita ne bebre mo no wotimi tunko ba bia makoto mita 20 million na se mesi bi na me kwa se me di mita ne kwa na bi se be mpanimfo ene ma bi tiri aso ha omo pagya omo no omo nkasa afa so abato no omo ahwe ya nto because some of that is too much. I'm not sure I am too bad.
Me da say, ye mame ba ko makola na wotene kano election headquarters Kokromoti Power Aisha Ibrahim wo ha Aisha somewhere na yanko.
I heard you speak with the lady. She was really charged and she says that she may not vote. I think she should vote. She should vote because it's her democratic right. Okay, so I have here with me Ohini and Michael. Ohini, what will influence your votes come December?
Personally, what will influence my vote come December is the incessant increase in the prices of rent in the country. There are a lot of accommodation problems in the country, and then so many people find it difficult to get simple accommodation, which is a basic right and the necessity of the ordinary Ghanaian. And then secondly, the prices are so high. The government wanted to do some affordable housing, but then I see that it has not been to the best of effect for the citizenry, and then so many people are finding it difficult to get rent, to get house to rent, and then also the prices are too exorbitant. So what will influence my vote is that if the rent does not come down, we are not going to vote. That is the simple issue. And then secondly, there are so many people that are going out of the country, in the sense that they are the elite of the citizenry, the educated people, the educated masses, and then they are also going out of the country. That is brain drain. The country is currently facing a lot of brain drain, and then if the government does not do something about it, all the youth which are knowledgeable, all the youth who have the requisite knowledge to help the country grow will leave the country, and then that will be very detrimental to the nation. So I would urge the government and then anyone who will come after to help in building the facilities in terms of employment for the citizenry and then the youth, so that we will stop leaving the country.
That's what will influence your vote in December. So Ohini says he's much worried about the people, the young people who are leaving the country. Michael, what will influence your vote?
For me, I'm not voting. I'm not voting this.
Oh, why? You have to vote because it's your right.
Oh, no, because we've been voting, but we don't see any improvement.
If you don't vote, someone will choose a leader for you, so you definitely have to vote.
Oh, For me, I don't care actually, because if you want the youth or you want us to vote, then there should be an amendment of the constitution.
Why?
Because the constitution itself is corrupt. How can a president elect an EC? How can a president elect an IGP? So who checks the president? So the corruption starts from top to down. And secondly, to unnecessary implementation of taxes. There is no job. The youth are into mobile money. You brought e-levy. Fine, we didn't talk about it. So now we are into betting too. You are taxing betting too. So what do you want us to do? Look at this exchange rate. Thirdly, exchange rates are too high. We are in the informal sector. Buying and selling is difficult for us. Customers are complaining day in and day out. So these are the things that triggers me not to vote this year, because it's always the same.
So if it happens that you are convinced that you want to vote, what will inform your decision?
Who will vote?
What will inform your decision? What will make you vote for Party A or Party B?
If I see these drastic changes, the party that is in power, that enable these drastic changes, I'll vote for that party.
So you heard from the horse's own mouth. They say that this year's election will be issue-based. They will not allow the politicians to take them for granted. They will look at the politicians, what they present to them. They will question them. They will ask them to account to them before they take the decision to vote for whoever. They have mentioned education, they've mentioned employment, they've mentioned a whole lot of issues that will influence their decision to vote for them. Let me hand over to you, Evans and his team at the AMA office, where we're launching the election headquarters. My name is Aisha Ibrahim, and I've been doing this at the center of the Central Business District.